Hello. It's good to see you. Today we are going to make some cookies. And these are so simple. Well, it looks like they're simple. They're no bake cookies. So you don't even have to get the oven going for this. Now these are very similar to another type of cookie that you may be familiar with. And they have different names. People call them different things. I always just heard them called the chocolate oatmeal cookies, the no-bake chocolate oatmeal cookies, like the lunchbox cookies. It has peanut butter in it, cocoa, I believe, and rolled oats. And it's these, they're kind of dense or kind of heavy, but you don't have to bake them or anything. But they're really good. I love them, but I don't make them here at home because my older son has a severe peanut allergy, so he can't eat them, and my younger son doesn't like them. So, but now that I have this recipe that's really similar, it's got me to thinking about it. And I'm thinking I want to make some. I'll take them to work and give them away or something. I don't know, but I would really like to have. I like to have a couple of those. I might have to make some. So this recipe is very similar to that, which they're super simple to make, those no-bake chocolate oatmeal cookies if you've never made them. Oh, it's so easy and they're so good. This is similar, but this is a lemon oatmeal no-bake cookie. So it sounds like it's going to be kind of the same type of procedure to make these. But I heard these were really good, and I'm thinking, I just cannot imagine combining lemon and oatmeal. That just does not sound tasty to me. So I am kind of skeptical about this, but I have the recipe here. It says, there's a little description to it, and I will put a link in the description in the pinned comment for this recipe if you want to take a look at it. These lemon oatmeal no-bake cookies combine the refreshing zest of lemon with the chewy goodness of oats for a light, satisfying treat. It's made with simple ingredients. We have almond flour, maple syrup, and coconut oil, but instead of the maple syrup, we're going to use honey. So you can either go with maple syrup or honey. And actually, it says in here, if you make these with the maple syrup instead of the honey, they're going to be completely vegan. So if you want to make some vegan cookies, this is a really simple recipe to do it. But when you make it, you would just substitute maple syrup for the honey. So I'm going to show you the ingredients for this thing. There are not a lot of ingredients, and they're not complicated at all. So you're going to need 2 cups of rolled oats. Now, there are different types of oats. I don't claim to be an oat expert because I'm not a big fan of them anyway. I'm not crazy about oatmeal, but you want to get these right here. Now, these are the Great Value oats. These are old-fashioned oats with 100% whole grain. And I just got these because they were cheaper. Now, you have your rolled oats, and you also have Kwik oats. Now, the Kwik oats, I think if you were going to make these with Kwik oats, you might have to do it a little bit differently, and I think they have some instructions in the recipe for that. I think it kind of changes the way you put everything together or something, but Kwik oats, it's kind of like grits, where you can get old-fashioned grits, and you can get Kwik grits, and you can get instant grits. So they've all been prepared slightly differently, so it's not the same product in each container. I think oats are kind of the same, because you have old-fashioned oats, and that's what you're looking for. And I have a really bad glare, and I can't really do anything about it. It's early in the morning. I have a big day planned. I have a lot going on today, but I wanted to make these cookies first thing. But yeah, old-fashioned oats. And you can get any brand. You can get Quaker, store brand. I just got these because they were cheaper. You need 2 cups of these. So we're going to need 2 cups of rolled oats, 1/2 cup of almond flour. I picked this up. I was at Walmart when I was doing my shopping for this video. I got the super fine blanched almond flour. And it has a little resealable top, which is nice because we're only going to need, we only need 1/2 cup of this. So I'm going to have a lot left over. This is a whole pound of almond flour, so I'm going to have plenty left over. We have we have a recipe on the back here for almond flour cookies with cranberries and coconut. Maybe I'll make some of those because I also have coconut. Coconut is an optional ingredient in this recipe, and we're going for it. I want to show you that in a minute. So then you're going to need 1/3 cup of maple syrup or honey. So I had this honey right here, the little bear. This is my Great Value Honey Bear. I have had this in the cabinet for a couple of months. Now I want to tell you about honey. If you don't know, you don't have to refrigerate honey. You don't. You can just open it up, leave it in the cabinet. Now it may crystallize. You may get the little crystals in here. It's totally fine. Honey doesn't go bad if you leave it out. And did you know honey is also flammable? I'm not telling you that because I want you to do anything with it, but it's just an interesting fact. Honey is flammable. I didn't know that, but it's flammable. So we have our honey bear, but I think we're actually going to use this honey right here. Now this is some I bought at the farmer's market. I have really been struggling with allergies this season. This spring, it's just been awful for some reason. Some years I don't have much trouble. This year I have really struggled. I've heard if you eat local raw honey, just like a teaspoon of it a day, it can help with your allergies. Just make sure it's local and raw. So I went to the farmer's market and I got this, about half of it's gone, but I got this nice little jar of Hauser Farms honey. It's wildflower honey, local and raw, right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. This was $22, but you get all this honey in the jar. So I think we use this honey instead. It is so good. And even if it doesn't help with my allergies, it's very tasty honey. It's really good. I think it has helped though. I think it has really helped with my allergies a bit. I'm still dealing with it, but I think eating a teaspoon of this a day has helped me. And I've been doing it now for over a month, so it's really helped a lot. So we have that. So we've got 1/3 cup of honey. And then you're going to need 1/4 cup of coconut oil melted. So I had to go pick this up because I didn't have any coconut oil. This is Luana coconut oil, non-hydrogenated. So I guess we have to melt this. I've never worked with this kind of stuff. I guess it's kind of like vegetable shortening or Crisco or something like that. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with it, but it says here that you can bake, saute, and moisturize with it. It can I don't know if they mean you can moisturize yourself or you can moisturize that piece of chicken. Guess you could use it as a moisturizer on your skin if you want to. Now we also need 1/4 cup of lemon juice, freshly squeezed. Now I missed the freshly squeezed part when I was shopping for these ingredients. So I picked up this one little shriveled, anemic looking little lemon right here because we're going to need it for something else. We need to zest a lemon, and I didn't want to buy a whole bag of lemons just for these cookies. So I bought this. You know where I found this? I went all around the produce section in Walmart, and I couldn't find single lemons anywhere. They had these bags of lemons, but I didn't want a whole bag of lemons. I wanted a lemon because we need lemon zest for this recipe. So I got to, get the zest off there. I just wanted a lemon. I found this stuck in with the potatoes. It was stuck in a big bin with a bunch of potatoes and it happened to catch my eye. So it was 52 cents. So I grabbed this one lemon here. It's got its own little sticker on him. So what I'm going to do, since they say it has to be freshly squeezed, I picked up some Great Value lemon juice. But we'll see how much juice we can get out of here. We need 1/4 cup. So, I mean, that's not a lot, but I just don't know how much juice you're going to get out of this lemon. I'm really not sure, but we'll get all we can out of here. And then we will supplement with the lemon juice to get the total of 1/4 cup. We also need a tablespoon of lemon zest, which is where I want to tell you about this in a minute. I don't even know exactly if this is a zester for a lemon or a citrus. It's a tiny little grater, and you're just going to get a little bit of the skin off there. I'll clean it first. I haven't washed it yet, but I went to a church yard sale yesterday, and I made a video there. I'm going to have to do a voiceover there because there was a lot of background noise for some reason. There was just lots of slamming and banging and yelling. They were moving stuff around in there, so it was really intrusive. So I'm going to have to do a voiceover, but I went to a church yard sale yesterday and I got some neat stuff. One of the things I got was this. I picked up this with the kitchen implements because I don't own a zester. And I thought, well, while I'm here, I know I'm going to make the cookies. Let's see if we can find a zester. I don't know if this is a zester per se. It has the little grate things here. It's clean. I've cleaned it. But I thought it'll work. I mean, I think it is. I think it's some kind of a zester, or the smallest little cat litter box scoop you ever saw. I don't know how effective it would be for that. Maybe if you had a hamster with a litter box. I don't know for a cat. Let's don't think about that. So I'm going to use this for my zester, and we're going to get a tablespoon of lemon zest off this little lemon. And then I'm going to cut it open and see how much juice I can squeeze out of it. The lemon, not this thing. Okay, and then we need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I have my Stone Mill vanilla extract from Aldi, which I always have on hand. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then optional is a 1/2 cup of shredded coconut. Now it doesn't specify if it should be sweetened or unsweetened. I just went ahead and got the sweetened shredded coconut. And I'm looking at this recipe and there's no sugar in it. I'm just wondering about this recipe. But that's it. This is the last ingredient. So I went ahead and just got the sweetened coconut flakes. These are from Great Value as well. This package is also resealable, so I can save, because you only need a 1/2 cup in here, a 1/2 cup of this. So I can save this or just eat it out of the container, which I also may do. They have a recipe for coconut macaroons on the back. But anyway, we have I'm going to go ahead and add in the coconut flakes to this recipe. I just don't know what this is going to taste like. We don't have sugar, but we do have honey, so that's our sugar right there. Yeah, and we have a 1/3 cup of that, so that's our sweetness right there. It's going to make 12 cookies. We're going to get 12 cookies out of this recipe. And there are only 6 steps to this recipe, so it looks pretty simple. The first thing we will do is we're going to get a large mixing bowl. You know, we're going to take a look at those. And you combine the flour and the rolled oats. And then we're going to whisk together the honey, coconut, the melted coconut oil, lemon juice, lemon zest, vanilla extract, and salt. And then you just kind of mix everything together in a bowl, and then you scoop it out, and we're making little cookies that will stick in the refrigerator. So I think this would be a great recipe if you haven't ever really prepared anything like this before. You don't even have to mess with the oven. You don't even have to do that. You just combine everything and put it in the refrigerator and wait. And there you go. You can even make, like I was saying, you can even make vegan cookies if you want to do that. Just use maple syrup instead of honey. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's very simple, very easy, and I am really interested to see what this tastes like. But first I have to show you. So I went to that church yard sale yesterday, and I'm going to show you a video of it later in the week. Check out this necklace I bought, and you're going to see it in the video. I did get it. Isn't that pretty? I just thought that was the coolest little necklace. Like, oh my gosh. That is just so cool. It has all these chains here, and it has a little hook, like a little shepherd's hook there. Beautiful. This was $2. And I got this one. This one's interesting. It has wooden beads, glass beads. It has these little dingle dangles. Oh, it has somebody's names on it. I might remove this. It says Josh and Megan. I just realized that. I will probably take Josh and Megan off this necklace. And just so it will just be this. Just ignore Josh and Megan. I just noticed that. This one has a large silver lobster claw clasp. No adjustable chain. This was $2 as well. I just thought it was really pretty. But yeah, Josh and Megan gotta go. We will get rid of Josh and Megan. I don't know who they are. What else did I buy? I got a colander. Let me show you this. I got this yellow Tupperware colander. We had this exact colander when I was a kid. My mom sold Tupperware for a little bit back in the 70s, like everybody's mom did. And we ended up with some Tupperware, from her selling it. And we had this colander. So I got this for 75 cents yesterday. I was so excited to find this colander. It was yellow, just like this one. So I was very happy to find that. That was just super cool. That is really great. So it was a nice little churchyard sale, and I had a really good time making a video in there. There was a lot of great stuff, but that's really all I bought. And a mirror. I bought a little mirror too, but it was really cool. So let's go ahead and see if we can start working on these lemon oatmeal no-bake cookies. We'll see how this goes. Okay, we have our space ready. I have everything measured out and ready to go. So, as I mentioned earlier, the first thing we're going to do is take a large mixing bowl, and we're going to combine the rolled oats and the almond flour. So they want it to be large. But before that, you know what I have to show you? My mixing bowls. Look at these. I was thinking we really need to make a trip back to the antique store where I got these to see if we could find any more cool things like these bowls. These little nesting bowls, look how colorful they are. They remind me of Fiesta ware, if you've ever seen it. I did get these at an antique store, but they're not antiques at all. They just came from an antique store. They're from Zak Originals, Z-A-K exclamation point. And I love these. We never use this one for anything. I should have put something in here. I should have put one of my ingredients in there, but I didn't think about it. So we have these different sizes. Look at this blue one. God, it's so pretty. It reminds me of a robin's egg. Just, how they kind of have like a speckle look to them. And we have this kind of like a yellowish green one here. That one. And then the largest one is this one. Yeah, this is the biggest one. So I think we'll use this one because I said to mix it in a large bowl. So we will maybe use one of these other ones to mix the other stuff. But we're going to combine the rolled oats right here and the almond flour. Your rolled oats, and again, these are the original oats. They're not the Kwik oats or anything like that. And I have my almond flour here. Okay, so right now we're just doing those two things. I'm just going to mix them together a little bit. I guess ultimately we're going to combine everything in this bowl. Just kind of get them all together, introduce them properly. Gosh, it's like the almond flour just disappeared. All I see are the oats. That's pretty crazy. Okay. So there's that. Now in a separate bowl, we are going to combine the maple syrup or the honey. I'm using honey. Melted coconut oil, lemon juice, lemon zest, vanilla extract, and salt. So I guess it's just basically everything else. I'm going to start with my melted coconut oil, which I have in my lovely little container here, which usually we use this for eggs. There's our coconut oil melted. Okay. I'm going to do the honey last because I'm going to use this and it's going to get all sticky, so I'm just going to do this last. Lemon juice. Got my lemon juice here. Lemon juice. Lemon zest. I'm going to use this little thing to get my zest out of here. I'll try to get all of it. That poor little lemon, I just skinned that thing alive to get my tablespoon of lemon zest. It was horrific. It was terrible. vanilla extract. Got my vanilla extract and salt. Okay, and now I'll do the honey. I got a third of a cup of my local raw honey. Try to get as much of that as I can. It sticks to everything. Now I am supposed to actually whisk this together. Get off there. Okay. This looks like a balsamic vinegar dressing or marinade, doesn't it? It kind of does. Or very weak coffee. I'm not really sure. Mix this together. Now, we want to pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and stir well until combined. And then we're going to fold in the coconut. Do you see how easy this is? Oh, you could do this. There's nothing to it. And those chocolate no-bake cookies, if you've never made them, oh, they're so good. And they're so easy to make. It's so quick and easy. From just looking at this, I don't see how these are going to hold together. I mean, I'm assuming maybe as they get cool off, they'll hold together. But it looks really loose right now. Look at it. It's well combined. I think it is. So then we want to fold in our coconut. Which I don't know how exactly to do that. It's like folding water, kind of. Sticky water. Although, if you mash on it, it does kind of stick together somewhat, so I guess it's going to be okay. Something like that. All right. And we are going to be putting these in the refrigerator, I believe, so they will solidify. Okay. Oh, these are also gluten-free. I meant to mention that earlier. They are gluten-free if you're interested in knowing about that. All right, I had to wait. My neighbor is outside mowing, and he mows like twice a year, and he decided today was the perfect day to mow, one of his 2 times. And but while I was waiting, these definitely seem to have solidified somewhat. Look at that. Okay. All right, so what we do now is we're going to get, the instructions say to get a tablespoon sized amount and put it in a little ball and then pat it out into a little cookie shape and then gently place it on a pan lined with parchment paper. That's a lot of peas. All right, let's see. So I have a pan here with some parchment paper in it. I have bad luck with parchment paper. Every time I try to do anything with it, it usually doesn't go well. But I am petting my cookie dough here for some reason. I'm just, because see, if you start to manipulate it, it kind of starts to crumble. But maybe after sitting in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, it will do better. Oh, he's mowing again. hey, at least he's doing it. So I'm guessing that may not be the correct amount, but you get like a teaspoon sized amount, and you're going to gently form a ball and pat it into a little shape. Oh, these are tiny. I guess this is like a tablespoon sized amount, or close to it. So you do it like that. And they kind of want to come apart a little bit. That's not enough. Oh, this is gross. My hands are clean, I promise. But you don't have to worry about putting them close together in the pan because we're not going to bake these. They're just going to sit in the refrigerator. So it's not like they're going to spread out or anything. So you could actually put them right up next to one another and it wouldn't matter. Oh, that's just, I don't like the way these feel, I'll be honest with you. I really don't like the way they feel. Apart. They're very crumbly. I almost feel like I need to refrigerate this dough before I even try to work with it. This is sort of impeding my progress. I may jettison that right there. Oh, they're sticky. I almost feel like I need to refrigerate this. I double checked all of my ingredients. I don't believe I left anything out. So after we make our little lemon oatmeal cookies, we're going to stick them in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Oh, it said at least 30, so you can actually leave it in there longer than that, but it said to do it for at least 30 minutes. I will say they smell good. They have a nice lemony scent. You can definitely smell the lemon in here. Mine aren't as pretty as the ones in the picture. That's kind of always the way it goes, though. I don't know if I have enough for one more in here. Do I? This could be a little one. I got enough on my hands to make a whole cookie. Oh my God. Right now is usually when my nose starts to really itch or I have to sneeze. I can't get it to stay. Oh my God, come on. Oh, grief. Good grief. Okay, I don't, if I try to take it off my hand, it comes apart. Just go up there somewhere. You're good. Let me go clean up. Okay. I'm going to take my little lemon oatmeal cookies and I'm going to pop them into the refrigerator, and then we will come back and take a look at them in at least 30 minutes. Okay, we are back. These cookies actually stayed in the refrigerator longer than the 30 minutes because I had to go out and run some errands. One great thing about these cookies, though, is that you have to put them in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes, but if you go longer than that, that's totally fine. And you can store these in an airtight container in the refrigerator, and they will be good for up to, I think, 5 days. 5 or 6 days. They're good. So let's see, like if I go to pick one up, they remind me of the salmon patties. Do you remember when I made salmon patties? Something about the way they look, they make me think of that. Like if we have this one here, like I could not hold this one together. It does seem to have solidified a bit. It's not as crumbly as it was. Like I can pick it up and turn it over now. So that's pretty good. They look, well, I'll be honest with you, they are not, they're so beige. They look like salmon patties. They're making me think of the salmon patties I make, and that's throwing me off a little bit when it comes to a dessert. They don't look like the most appetizing things I've ever seen, if I'm being totally honest. They really don't. But we're going to go ahead and try one of these cookies and see how they taste. Okay, we are ready to try our lemon oatmeal no-bake cookies, which I'm just looking at them, and they look like they're undone. They look like we need to now bake them, but they're no bake. So it's really messing with my mind. Like, look at that. You can smell the lemon, definitely. Yeah, I mean, they smell very lemony. So that's good. And zesting the lemon was great. No pun intended. But the little zester I bought, or whatever it was at the church yard sale, didn't really work. So, but it's okay because I have a little grater that has different grating things on it. So I ended up actually just using that, and it worked fine. But it smelled really good while I was doing that. So that was pretty great. Okay, I'm just preparing myself for this. So, all right, let me just pick one of these. Now, they definitely hold up better now that we have left them in the refrigerator. I think they were in there for a total of an hour and a half because I had to go out and run some errands and stuff. So they're cold. They still feel sticky though. They feel like uncooked cookie dough. That's what they kind of have a sticky consistency to them that I'm not really fond of. Smells good. Kind of smells like a floor cleaner, but it smells like lemon. It's a lemon fresh scent. Okay. It comes apart when you bite it. Okay. It tastes like cold, uncooked cookie dough. It tastes unfinished, if that makes any sense. It tastes like there was something we're supposed to do to it and we didn't do it. I don't know if I've ever said this before in a cooking video because I always try to find something positive. I'm not a fan of these. I'm not. I will say though, there were plenty of other recipes online for this type of cookie that had different ingredients. And it could be that if I just picked another recipe, maybe they would come out differently. So it may just be this recipe. Maybe there's some other way you can make them where they will taste different. I don't want any more of that. It's definitely has a very lemony taste to it. I don't like the sticky feel that you get when you hold one. It just tastes like uncooked cookie dough. It's kind of mushy, and if you're thinking about those chocolate oatmeal no-bake cookies, the consistency is nothing like that. You know, those are a little bit more firm. The consistency is definitely different. These are kind of mushy and sticky. It probably has the same consistency as the lunchbox cookies when you first make them before you put them in the refrigerator. It's probably kind of like that. So Yeah, I don't know that I've ever made anything before, which is remarkable. I mean, it's pretty great, but I don't know that I've ever made anything before that I just kind of have. I mean, maybe I have, and I'm just not remembering right now. But this is a perfect example of what preparing food can be like if you haven't ever cooked or baked a whole lot or at all. And a lot of us, you know, I'm Generation X. From my generation onward, a lot of us weren't taught to cook anything. I was never taught how to cook or bake anything. Everything I learned, I had to learn on my own. And it can be kind of discouraging the first time you make something and it doesn't turn out right or you don't like it. It can be kind of discouraging, but it could just be a little hiccup, a little misstep. Don't let it stop you from continuing to try to make other things. So even if you end up with a plate of mushy lemon goodness like this right here, it doesn't mean that you should stop trying to make new things and looking for new recipes and new things to try. You should totally keep doing that. Honestly, now that I have these, I kind of wish I had spent my time making some lunchbox cookies. I don't know if I think we've made those and I haven't looked. If I have, I will go back. I will let you know, but I kind of wish I had made some of those because I could totally go for one of those right now. This is not it. This is not it. So this was which recipe was this? Well, whatever link I put in the description, don't use that one. It's like Smile Happy or Recipe Smile, or it has Smile in the name. But there were, like I said, there were other recipes for these cookies that had different ingredients. And the procedure was kind of different. I just picked this one because it looked like it was the simplest recipe and the most straightforward. And I kind of try to look for that in these videos if you want to try to make it yourself, especially if you're new to baking or cooking. And this didn't even take any baking or cooking really. You just kind of combine some ingredients and stick them in the refrigerator. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't like the consistency. The flavor is, I like the sweetness level. It's definitely, the sweetness is nice. It's not too sweet, but it has just a little bit. It's like it has just enough, but I can't get past the mushiness of these cookies. I cannot get past that. So, but they are gluten-free and vegan. I mean, there's that. I just personally, I just didn't like them. You could try it though. It might be something you really like. It is just not for me. It is just not for me. But that's okay. That's all right. That's part of the journey, I guess. That's part of the process. Every now and then you're going to make something and it's either going to fall flat or it's just not going to be what you want. And that's okay. We will soldier on. I don't know what we'll make next, but I'm sure I will find something else. And we will try a new recipe next time. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed going along on this little adventure with me. Thank you for coming along with me on this little trip. You know, and just remember, just because you make something you don't like doesn't mean that the next thing won't be awesome, because I bet the next thing you make will be. So keep trying, and I definitely will. I'll have to come up with something else for us to make really soon, because I really enjoy doing this. You know, I enjoy getting together with you and doing this and making food, and it's always a lot of fun. So we'll have to do it again really soon. And thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.